Hi, fans of high quality entertainment. So last night I was scrolling through Facebook. I know I don't have a life. And I came across this link that said great bands that had one huge weak link. And I made the mistake of clicking on it. And right away, when you see an article and it just triggers you, gets you angry, puts you in a bad mood. Well, that happened right away. And I honestly wasn't, I thought, okay, I might not agree with everything here, but it sounds like an interesting subject. And, maybe, some bands, I guess, do have a weak link. But as soon as I saw number one, like I said, I was triggered. I was not happy. And I have honestly not gone through all of I don't know how long it goes on. And I'm just going to read some of it and try and not drag the video on for 2 hours. And also, let me know what you think. Maybe you agree with Amber Ward. That's the name of who wrote this article. So if you want to pause to read that, I'm not going to read it all. And we'll get on to number one. So great bands that had one huge weak link. This is what kind of triggered me. Number one. That's right, Ringo Starr. We're not the first to say it, and we won't be the last. The Beatles may have been the single most important band in the history of rock and roll, responsible for many great innovations which significantly moved the art form along. But very little of that was down to Ringo Starr. Ringo's simplistic drumming, write that down, simplistic drumming and vocals paled in comparison to the skill of his bandmates. And while it has become somewhat of a cliche to say, it remains true that Ringo just wasn't operating on the same level as the rest of the Fab Four. And I know somebody's probably going to comment, even John said, whatever that statement was about Ringo isn't even the best drummer in the Beatles. That was not said by John Lennon, but it's kind of the rumor that has spread around on the intranets. John, Paul, and George loved Ringo's drumming, as do most Beatles fans. It wouldn't be the Beatles without Ringo's drumming. Don't get me mad. All right, let's see what else. See, even that, I'm not a fan of Van Halen, but David Lee Roth, he was a big part of Van Halen. Van Halen defined hard rock in the 1980s. Blah, blah, blah. David Lee Roth's vocals, however, left a lot to be desired. And during live performances, he was frequently more interested in showboating than being in time or in tune. Well, that might have been true later on, with their reunions, but I don't know. He was a big part of Van Halen, so I disagree with that. I don't know about, I'm going to skip some of these. Michelle Williams. See, even Sid Vicious, Sex Pistols. I know he didn't play on their debut album because he's not a very good bass player, but his image propelled the Sex Pistols. Was he very talented? No, but he was Sid Vicious. And I know, yeah, Lars Ulrich gets a lot of bashing throughout the years, even from Metallica fans. But he's a better drummer than I am. but many note his rhythm is sloppy. I don't know. I've seen him drumming, and he seems to be a pretty damn good drummer. I respect Metallica. I forgot about this one. Ozzy from Black Sabbath. Let's see what they say about this. Vocally, Ozzy was always very limited, which kept the band from exploring the different sounds they would embrace in the 80s. They were exploring sounds in the 70s. That's just wrong. It's so wrong. He and in the I recently did a video with Chris Profi, and I was saying in the video, we were ranking some of the Ozzy Black Sabbath songs, deep cuts, and I was saying he was a damn good singer back in the day, even in his solo career. Just shake your head. I don't know about that. Meg White, I thought she was a good drummer. What does everybody think? This is why I do these videos. It's not just so you listen to me blab, but I really do like I appreciate the feedback, even if you don't agree with me. And I saw a documentary on Wham on Netflix, and he was a big part of their success. So once again, I mean, of course, George Michael was the main talent, but Andrew was fine. I'm not a big fan of Courtney Love, but the One Hole album I have, it's because of her personality. Maybe she's not the greatest singer, but it's because of her that I really enjoy the album. I'm not too familiar with the Stone Roses, so maybe somebody can let me know if they agree. Just pause if you want to read that. See, once again, there's nothing wrong with Adam Clayton of U2. Is he the greatest bassist of all time? No, but he's 1/4 of U2, and he's done a fine job over the years. If any one member of U2 never seems to put forth the effort, he rarely goes beyond playing the basic root notes without adding anything particularly interesting. I even disagree with that. There are some songs like Wire on the Unforgettable Fire where his bass work is awesome. I love The Cure, but I'm not sure about this person. He was a drummer, then moved on to keyboards. Yeah, I'm sure Roger Daltrey would agree with this because I don't think Roger was completely happy with Kenny being in the band. But he's, like it says there, he's a respected drummer. And he did what he could, How it's pretty difficult to replace Keith Moon. And they honestly kind of gave up on the Who after Keith Moon died, but Kenny Jones is a excellent drummer. Not sure about Richie Edwards. I've heard about him and he kind of disappeared. Yeah. Oh, another one. Nick Mason, a mighty fine drummer. This is in large part due to the limitations of drummer Nick Mason. whose basic approach kept the band from trying the unusual time signatures and faster paced sounds. Maybe they didn't want to do the unusual time signatures. Not every band is Rush or King Crimson. Idiotic. I like the Smashing Pumpkins. What does everybody think about D'Arcy? Was she a good bassist? Alex James, Blur. Not sure about him either. Like I said, just pause if you want to read any of these. Rob Zombie. I don't think there would be a popular band like White Zombie without Rob Zombie in it. But I've never really listened to his music. All right. William Goldsmith. Okay, he was, I guess, the original drummer, was he? So he quit. So I don't even know why, Yeah, Dave Grohl is probably a much better drummer. Some of these are stupid. Linda McCartney, come on. Disrespect. Was she the greatest keyboardist? No, but by the end of Wings, she was, pretty good. And I love her vocals. By no means a great singer or a keyboard player. Not sure about Blink 182. I'm not into them. I'm not into them, man. I don't know how long this goes on. Cliff Williams. What's wrong with him? Williams adds nothing of particular note. Yeah. Not sure about this guy, Neil. One Direction. Sorry, you God. Wu-Tang Clan, not familiar with. J-Hope, BTS. Neil Sean, I'm not a big fan of him, but he's a damn good guitarist. Oh boy. Oh, you just got to keep shaking your head. Is Graham Nash the most talented from Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young? No. But is he a big part of Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young? Yes. For the harmonies and, some of his songs like Our House and a few others. Just a song before I go. Oh, what's it say? Graham Nash's voice might work well in those iconic four-part harmonies, but as a lead vocalist, he's too reedy. Oh, you Kiss fans out there. I bet you're shaking your head. I'm not a Kiss fan, but Kiss without Gene Simmons would not be Kiss. Founder member. Gene Simmons may be the biggest showboater of the bunch, but as a vocalist and a bass player, he's always left a great deal to be desired. I actually like his vocals in Kiss, at least in the early years. This just goes on and on. Oh, seriously. Roger Taylor of Queen. We're not suggesting that drummer Roger Taylor didn't contribute to that success, but he doesn't stand as a definitive example of his craft like his bandmates. No, he's just a superb drummer, excellent singer, and a damn good songwriter. Idiots. I'm triggered. Frankly, the less about Roger Taylor's songwriting, the better. I'm in love with my car, anyone? Yeah, it's a great song. Ugh. These are just stupid. Bill Wyman was great. I'm not even going to read some of these. Yeah. And it gets silly. I'm not a fan of Red Hot Chili Peppers, but nothing wrong with Anthony. He's a great, not a great for me, but a very good singer and a great front man. Mo Tucker, one of the first female drummers in a rock band, and a great drummer. You tried drumming to Sister Ray for whatever it is, 60 minutes straight. And, a couple of songs with their very sweet voice. I'm just skipping some of these. Oh, come on. I'm not a big fan of Oasis, but I've heard some of Noel's solo songs, and he's very, very talented. Uh. Limp Bizkit. I will say this, honestly. I checked out some recent albums of theirs, and they're actually not horrible. Seriously. I mean, I've heard worse. Oh my God, somebody doesn't like Oasis. Uh, yeah. I know that some of my viewers are going to agree, so I'll just move on. See, screaming into a microphone. I'm sorry, but that's not all she did in her career. Oh. Not even going to bother. Jeez. You're not going to have Green Day without Billy Joe Armstrong. Oh my. Phil Rudd, he's an awesome drummer. Oh, because he has no flash, he's a poor drummer. Got it. And, even these people I don't know, I'm sure they're pretty capable on their instruments. Yeah, this goes on. Does it go past 50? Yeah, Fred Schneider. I'm probably not the greatest talent in music, but he's fun. He's a fun part of B-52s. Oh. Yeah, I'm just going to go through these quickly. Any of the ones that kind of grab your... Not even going to bother reading. Oh my God. Oh, this has got to be one of the worst. Oh, the drummer for the Kinks, Dennis Wilson, very talented. Gee, Tom Morello. Oh, he just isn't that good. That's this person's opinion. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to some comments below. Kurt Hammett. There's not going to be the band Metallica. They're going to go through all of the band members. Kirk is awesome. Oh my God, Iggy Pop. Oh, Slash. I'm not a fan of Guns N' Roses, but you need Slash. I'm sorry. In Guns N' Roses. Fergie. Adam Levine. Yeah, a lot of these bands wouldn't have made it without the people that they're mentioning here. And some of these I don't know. That's it? Yay, it's over. Well, I don't want to read this article. The best sibling bands of all time, according to Rolling Stone. Oasis. I wonder if Sparks made it. This is like a bonus. The Kinks. Got to end on a positive note with Sparks. There are actually two brothers that actually get along. Evo. Yeah. Lots of brothers in, didn't really, there they are. Yay, they made it. 27 Sparks. While Sparks have never achieved the same level of mainstream success as many of the other groups on this list, the band, which was formed in 1966 by brothers Ron and Russell Mael, has still enjoyed a prolific run, releasing 25 albums over a career that spanned 5 decades now, and over 25 albums. Ending on a positive note. Looking forward to some of your comments. That has to be one of the worst lists I've ever read. And I am triggered.